to survive. It's getting harder to come by, and while the government takes a lot, we work for the government, Dominic, you and I. Good morning to you.
How are you, Darren?
Hey, Dominic, you're not with me in the studio and you normally come in. I heard a rumour that you've done something.
No, I'm all right. I just bounced off the stairs and hurt my ribs. So I just worked out the stairs are tougher than my ribs. But I'm fine. I've got to man up because we've got the big game tonight. I better sort of stop being such a sook and get ready to go. And we also had a delayed end of financial year function last night, which was lovely at the Red Emperor.
Oh, lovely. Now we're talking. Yeah, the ribs can go on you. Connie from the Woodsman, he fell over in the back of his garage and he cracked 3 on one side, 1 on the other, and 1 in the back. You've got to be careful, Dominic. Yeah.
Yeah, I only did a couple on the left, but I'm getting there. But I've got to man up for the big game. But we've got more important things to talk about than my stupid little back.
Yeah.
And that is overnight we saw the Dow Jones Industrial Average fall 407 points to 52,146, whilst the Nasdaq was 76 points. Sorry, the S&P 500 was 76 points lower, and the Nasdaq dropped 362 points to 25,520 on negative sentiment. Now, negative sentiment is when people don't know how to describe complex things. I'm going to try my best. What's happening is chip makers, the Philadelphia Stock Exchange Semiconductor Index is down from middle of June to July, end of July we're in now. It's down because they're worried about breakthroughs with other companies like Moonshot said its Kimi 3 model, this is this new AI stuff, is going to be very attractive for investors, and it's going to be better than OpenAI and Anthropic PBC. There's a lot of technical stuff here. They talk about it being another event like we had earlier in the year, a deep dive, where there's a Chinese company, Deep Dive, came out with a product in January of last year, and it shocked DeepSeek, I should say, and it shocked the US chip maker market because they could do AI much cheaper. So that's what everyone's worried about if you're worrying. And my tip today, down as we talk later on, is perhaps buy the dip. Across the Atlantic, London's FTSE put on a little bit, 28 points, while the French, German and Italian bourses were lower. Gold put on $3.54 to $4,018.80 an ounce. West Texas Media was $3.54 higher on the Middle East crisis again, but it's only at $82.49 a barrel, so not too bad. And the $A is steady against the greenback and is currently buying 69.84 US cents, with the ASX 200s by 54 points higher, pointing to a positive start to trading on Monday, following Friday's effort, where our market was 0.5% lower to end the week at 8,797 points.
The lines are open. Any advice you need from Dominic, give us a ring on 133 693. Carmel has called through. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Dominic, I hope you recover well. And I'm telling you, I hope you're a Collingwood supporter.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we are. We've got black and white blood.
Yeah.
Love it, love it. So the reason for my call is I'm in my early 60s and I've got a son with a disability, and I'm just trying to plan for the future to ensure that his needs are being met. I don't know whether he's going to be able to live independently, but I was thinking about setting up a disability trust, and I wanted to know a little bit more about that.
I like them. They're a little bit costly, but they're probably okay in the long run if you can amortise the cost, because it's such an important thing you're doing for your son. It really depends on how many dollars you've got in the end of the day to allocate from your pool of assets to your son's pool of assets. So it's quite a difficult mathematical calculation. They do give you benefits at Centrelink and things like that, and there are some tax offsets as well. So look, if you leave your details at collinshouse.com, contact Dominic, send me your details. I'll get an advisor I know and trust who specialises in that area, a lovely lady called Anita. She'll be able to help you. She works for Bright R Advisors. I'm sure she'll be just under 12,000. So they're worried that there's going to be competition to the companies we've already invested in, and they've got a new U-boot product that's cheaper. So it's basically about the cost of energy and time required to train these AI devices that are out there, or these AI programs, I should say.
Yeah.
It's all competition. It's like having the new air dam on the Formula One car. It's 1 millimetre thinner than the other, and it gives the McLaren a 0.2 of a second better turning circle on the corner at Monza, that sort of technical stuff.
Yeah. See, if you wander into a bar in the financial districts of Melbourne or in Wall Street, you hear what the Nasdaq's done overnight, or the FTSE's up or down. Does that mean we're going to hear from now on more often, hey, did you hear what the Philadelphia Semiconductor Index has done overnight?
Well, you might. People like me who know what it is and enjoy it, but it's pretty boring stuff. If you think of all the things that happen in the world, some people spend their whole life worrying about a little index that tells you what people think that the value of the software companies are that are being traded on the stock exchange, and this semiconductor index is related to that because they're the things that you need to generate the outcomes in these programs. So you need very fast chips.
Yeah.
So it's a very small thing if you look at it in the scheme of the world, but it's something some people say it's wrong. But I will tell you, this is an opportunity. I think we're getting ready for another dip. So the market's a bit uncertain. Donald Trump's accusations of China meddling by taking 220 million voter records, names, addresses, who you vote for. That's what he's alleged. It's quite scary, and I don't know whether people are going to go to jail, and supposedly journalists are being paid in the US to write bad things about America and him in particular. It's quite amazing. I don't know if it's true. That's what the accusations are, the CEO releasing data. So there's a lot of uncertainty about on the political front, and obviously you've got the Iranian situation, then you've got the semiconductor index, then you've got inflation, and you've got interest rates. So all of the porcupine bricks are all giving us a hard time at the moment.
Gotcha. We've got a call coming up. Dominic Alifaci from collinshouse.com. James.
Good morning, guys. Dominic, I've got a question. I've worked for a couple of US tech companies, which I still work for. Issues are a big part of my income. I'm 40 years old and I've got enough to pay off my mortgage. I just wanted to know, the stocks are doing really well. Is it best to clear the mortgage or hold on to the stocks? Have you got any advice there?
Look, basically, everybody should have as number one priority of reducing non-deductible debt. So if you've got a home loan and you're not getting a tax deduction for the interest, you should sell everything that you can to pay off that debt. So that's the first principle in financial services that everyone should abide by. And in your case, if you've got these RSUs and you've made money after tax sitting in your bank and you've got a mortgage on your home, you should either offset the mortgage by putting the money you have in the bank into an offset account or just pay the mortgage off. Then, if you want to buy more stocks and think there's an opportunity, you could borrow to invest, but in this new environment, you're going to be paying more tax, but it's still probably better to do that than to keep your home mortgage ticking over rather than offsetting it or paying it out altogether. So does that sort of make sense, James?
Yeah, it does. Thanks for the advice. I might pass on my details. If you've got someone at your firm that's really knowledgeable in RSUs and US tax.
Well, it's a really... Look, the RSUs and US tax stuff is a pain in the porcupine. I've got to tell you, do you have a good accountant or not?
My wife's an accountant, but not dedicated in RSUs.
Go to collinshouse.com, drop me a line. We'll ask you a few questions, but if your main question is about tax, I can refer you to a good chartered accounting firm I know and trust that can find you the answer to that question. It's quite... Has she told you how complicated it is?
Yeah, I know how complicated it is, and I've got YG as well from the ATO, so it's even more complicated.
Oh, I'm confused. Just listening to you guys.
Sorry about this, Derek.
PAYG.
It's not inexpensive. That's all I'm just going to say to you. To get this done properly, it's not a $500 tax return. It's probably a $1,500 tax return.
Yeah.
I thought I'd just let you know. It could even be more. But I'll get someone to contact you if you go to collinshouse.com, click on the Contact Me button, write me a little note because I'll forget in the area where you've got to...
We'll take it from there. Thanks, Dominic. See you tonight.